What is up, Packer fans? Back again. Here we are, week 7 of the NFL season, and the Packers back at home at Lambeau Field with probably the toughest test of the year for this young Packer team. The Houston Texans coming to town, and I know we lost to the Vikings. I know we lost to the Eagles. That was a little weird down in Brazil. But anyway, Houston Texans coming to town. Last year, Houston was kind of the Packers of the AFC, kind of the surprise team, young quarterback, young team around them. Youthful coach, a new, D'Amico Ryans is the coach down there, so was a rookie coach last year. So that team really kind of surprised a lot of people. Obviously, Stroud just playing amazing since last year. First game really came out, just has played at an exceptional level since he started in the league. And for the Packers, same thing with Jordan Love. He's basically doing all the same things that Stroud was doing, but both going back and forth, both won playoff games. Both seemed like they were kind of pushing for a little more last year, and now they play each other at Lambeau. So for the Packers, it's going to come down to, can we play our ball? Can we play the game we played against the Arizona Cardinals? Can Jordan Love throw 4 touchdowns again? So I do want to see if we can get the running game going a little bit more. I know Josh Jacobs got knocked out, I think, at the end of the game against the Cardinals. We saw Chris Brooks and Emmanuel Wilson a little bit. I like what I see out of Wilson. He's really running hard, playing well in the pass game. But I want to see Josh Jacobs get kind of a consistent 100 yards. As it gets colder out, we're going to want to run the football, home field advantage, things like that. So I want to see us run the ball. The offensive line, Rasheed Walker, I mean, 7th round pick out of Penn State. He played a lot of football in college. I did not think it would translate to him being a starting left tackle in this league. He's playing really, really well. I like what I see out of him, kind of dominating that left side. Here and there, a penalty or whatever, but for the most part, no issues on that left side. He's playing great. And then left guard, obviously, Alkin Jenkins. He even moved to center, but Jenkins just playing at an all-pro level. Really a guy that's just solid at that side. Center, Josh Myers playing really well. He's playing really, really well. He got hurt, obviously. Like I said, Jenkins moved over. And then on the right side there, Sean Ryan. He's the guy from 2 or 3 years ago. Well, 2 years ago. This is his 3rd season. That they drafted kind of high. They thought it could be a starter. It took him like his whole rookie year. He kind of just was not even on the active roster. Last year he kind of started to develop. He needed to get some of his conditioning up, and now he's playing at a really, really good level at right guard. And then at right tackle we have Zach Tom, and he just keeps playing better and better, and he is really, really kind of coming into his own. And this whole starting 5, they play together a lot now, more and more each week, obviously. And last week you could see Love just sitting back there. He had 5-6 seconds to throw the ball. That's when Dobbs got open deep, and then having the time to throw deep to Watson just really gives the offense the ability to do whatever they want. So Packers offensive line playing well. The receivers, like I said, we had our whole firepower back last week, getting Watson and Dobbs back. That's huge. Dobbs 2 touchdowns. I kind of called that. I thought he would have 2. Watson breaking free and having a long bomb. Jaden Reed getting a touchdown as well. He's kind of that number 1 receiver. Wicks got knocked out, so then Dobbs really had a big game with the 2 tutties, and then Watson, just 3 catches, 68 yards and a touchdown. What more can you ask for a guy just coming back from an injury that it looked like he was going to be out for a lot longer? So to see Watson back, really exciting. And then Musgraves is out. He's on IR. Tucker Kraft had a little bit simpler game this week, not the stats that he had the week before. And then Ben Sims got into the fold a little bit as well. So kind of cool to see. The Packers just, so many weapons, so much on offense to really work with. So very exciting to see this offense continue to progress. So going against the Texans defense, though, they have Will Anderson Jr. coming off of 3 sacks. They have Daniil Hunter, who we played against the Vikings a lot. Obviously, he's good. And then at quarterback, they have Derek Stingley Jr. and, Jalen Petre and Kamari Lassiter. And so I thought they had another corner that was more of a concern, but Derek Stingley Jr. is just so good. And I was trying to figure out if there's another guy. I thought, Kellen Bullock, he's the guy out of USC. He got drafted at safety, who I'm sure the Packers were looking at when they were studying their safeties this year for the draft. But defense solid on that team. Like I said, Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter coming off the edge. We're going to need time for Jordan Love to pass, and hopefully our offensive line can hold up. I think that's going to be kind of, the decision maker in the game is, can our offensive line hold up against that defensive front? And then when it comes to the Packers on defense, going up against CJ Stroud. Like I said, Joe Mixon's back after last week. He had 100 yards quietly on, I think, like 13 carries. They have Stefon Diggs. Obviously, Nico Collins is out for a little while. He's on IR. Tank Dell is still a guy that can play well. Xavier Hutchinson, he's a speedster. And then Dalton Schultz, the Cowboy. And then they have a solid offensive line as well. So for the Packers, the defense is really going to have to get after it. I really want to see Rashawn Gary start getting more pressure on the quarterback. He just has not been the Rashawn Gary we saw last year. And obviously he was hurt before that, the year before. But still, it's just one sack this year and not the pressures that he was getting. Maybe he's getting double, triple teamed, chipped more. But I just don't think he's winning his one-on-ones either. So, the guy, Devontae Wyatt, hopefully he comes back soon. But, we just need more pressure up front. Preston Smith needs to get more pressure. Lucas Van Ness. Kenny Clark's kind of doing what he does. He gets double teamed down low and everything. So, but we need more pressure up front. I love what I see out of Edgerrin Cooper. This guy is a stud linebacker. I think rated top 5 linebackers last week as well. He just keeps getting better and better. Obviously, I love Quay Walker. He's still playing well. And then McDuffie's playing well. And then on the back end, we didn't have any interceptions this week. We did have 3 forced fumbles against the Cardinals, so that's huge. Let's keep this turnover momentum going. We have 17 this year. Last year we had 18 total for the whole season under Joe Barry. So Packers defense really getting after it. I want to see what X can do this week. His streak ended last week. Let's see if he can start up a new streak this week. And then obviously Jair Alexander got the fumble recovery. He did have a penalty that's Jair-like, so hopefully he can clean that stuff up. We just got to stop kicking or shooting ourselves in the foot. So Jair Alexander, what are you going to say? But, his play on the field sometimes is just so too good and you deal with some of that off the field stuff or some of the on the field antics as well. And then obviously Eric Stokes, he played well. We didn't have to deal with Marvin Harrison Jr. that much, but I want to see against Stefon Diggs. I want to see against Tank Dell what these corners kind of do. Keyshawn Nixon playing well on the corner as well. So I'm just excited in general to see what this defense does against this offense. We're at home, so we do have a little bit of an advantage. But this Texans team is going to come in. They're running hot. They want to win. Young team, they have a lot to prove. It's at Lambeau for them too. So for this Packers team, definitely a big game. Everybody thought last week was going to be a trap game. We've got the Texans, and then I think we got the Lions coming up, and some of these division games start adding up here towards the end of the season. I know the Bears is coming up in like a few weeks, 3 weeks or so. So for the Packers, they got to get this W. Got to win at home. Let's do it. Go Pack, go. Let's get this win. Packers got to do it. 4 touchdowns last week for Jordan Love. I really think you run the football, kind of keep that momentum alive, just kind of, sustain the ball, keep drives alive, and keep the ball away from CJ Stroud and just stop the big plays. Jeff Hafley, don't let anybody get behind you, and let's get this win. So go Pack, go. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out. Go Pack, go.